Hi, Isabella. How you doing? All right, I've got your ad up here, but I'm interested in your writing right now, so I just want to mention that this is fantastic that you've really given this really detailed written rationale description slash explanation for your work, and that's really important for you to know as a student that this is expected basically for the rest of your design career is to be able to express your ideas and your intent behind um, uh, your design work. You know, describing the communicative value of any piece is really a pretty good portion of a designer's job, as you will be asked to describe your intent for the rest of your career, whether it be to your creative directors, your art directors, or the client itself, themselves. So, and then also at one point, you know, when you develop your career, you become um, promoted to an art director or a creative director. Then you'll also be reading, you know, intent from designers. So it's a really great idea to cultivate that skill right now. So thank you very much. Please keep this up for the remainder of the class, this wonderful written rationale, and your other classes too. It's really important. Instructors will really appreciate it. I promise you that. Let's look at the ad. I've got the ad up over here. I think it's a great ad. It's fantastic start. It's just really done beautifully. I'm trying to bring this into let's get that into the window there. Okay. Now, a couple of recommendations, I think. It's clean and it's simple, and that's important, and that's why it works. There's no clutter. There's no visual clutter here at all to distract the viewer from the main message. I shouldn't say there's no visual. There is, and we'll talk about that in a second. We'll also talk about how to rectify it. Right now, I'm seeing something. Yeah, you got a little tiny stroke on your type. I don't think you need it. I really don't. I highly recommend students, and I'm not a fan of stroking type at all. It changes the shapes of the letter forms. I just don't think it ever works. Well, I shouldn't say ever. It very rarely works. So therefore, I mean, I can't tell you. I've stroked text maybe 3 times in my entire career, and I think one was for a children's book. So it just rarely works. Basically, the main reason why is because it changes the shapes of the letter forms as you add that stroke. Whether it's on the outside or the inside of the letters, it doesn't. It changes the original shape of the letters, and I think it kind of impedes success of the mechanics of the typeface. So I do not recommend that. Okay, a vacation you and your budget will love. That's good. Now, the bottom of the page is beautiful. I think that the snorkel is good right there. So you've got the masked image, but I'm going to make a couple of recommendations here. So I think that what would be a really neat idea is taking this mask right here and just bring it down here. And let's get it as part of this composition right here. And I think that it's going to make sense in 1 second. But yeah, see how his mask is laying right there? Let's try to incorporate that in with that little group of items right there. And I think that it will definitely suffice the requirements of adding the masked image to the ad. And plus it won't interfere anywhere when we recompose this ad, which I'm going to suggest we do. So it's really simple. What I'm going to ask is you got this great headline, right? So what I would recommend doing is adding a subhead. You've got a vacation you and your budget will love. You may consider title case for that since it is a headline. I also recommend reducing the space in between these two lines. This is called leading, and you want to reduce it. Not much, because you don't want that T to touch the Y, but you want to reduce that space a little bit. Then right below that, add a subhead. Okay, a vacation you and your family, your budget will love. Whatever the verbiage is for your subheads, let's just add a subhead right there, left align. Arial bold italic with a type size that is smaller than the subhead. At that point, what we can do is so we've got headline, subhead, right? Then at that point, what we can do is take the information here and here and combine it. And instead of this like kind of little coupon thing, let's go ahead and just develop a paragraph describing the 30% off snorkeling classes, 15% off diving classes. Okay, and then you'll find something here to align it with. Maybe the Y. Come down here and establish your type box right there, and then assemble your paragraph. Okay, so you have headline, subhead, body copy, logo, contact information. I think it'll really work out well. I think, as a matter of fact, I think there's a little visual weight over here on this side of the page. So what I recommend doing is taking the logo, putting it over here to counterbalance that visual weight, and place the contact information over here. Try it. I think you're going to like it. I think it's going to really improve the page mechanics, and it's going to improve the hierarchy as well. So I highly recommend doing it. Easy fix. It'll only take a couple seconds. At that point, you start working on your banner ad. But I think it's important for you to make these changes here. By the way, really good job on the adjustments of that background layer. That image is gorgeous. Very, very nice job. And anyway, as I was saying, it's important for you to make the changes to the magazine ad. Let's get that settled. Okay, and then use that as your foundation for your banner ad. It'll create a very cohesive, visually cohesive campaign. So I think it's important to finalize the magazine ad, then go back in the banner ad and start that. Okay. Any questions at all? Please let me know. All right. Good job. Thank you.